Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday show on this fabulous potato chip day.
Potato chips are fun to eat.
They're not to play with. You shove them in your mouth and you chew.
So don't forget about your pie.
Yeah, pie day too. No big deal. But before we get into the actual video, I actually want to talk about last weekend and why we did not have a video. It was due to a drama competition Jacob and I were at. Now, Jacob did not perform in the play. He was the light guy.
And I created the sound.
He created the sound. I was in it. I didn't like it much, but I was there. And Jacob and I are two of the most antisocial people.
So my biggest conversation was with a teacher about Marvel versus DC.
Yeah. And they were talking for like an hour and a half about that. It was really annoying whenever I walked in because they were like, no, this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go back out.
I didn't even notice that anyone walked in. I thought it was just us and me and the teachers. And you said, who brought it around.
Yeah. I just walked around, didn't really talk to anyone. Jacob talked to the teachers. And during the competition, we got a very long feeling pause in the play. But a lot of people thought it was like a dramatic pause that was supposed to be there. So we never corrected anyone. We just like, no, yeah, thank you. We did good, didn't we?
I was on the edge of my seat in the booth. I was like, no!
I was sitting there like squeezing the pockets of my pants because I was like, oh my god, this is going to kill us. But
no, we just killed ourselves.
everyone thought that it was supposed to be there. So we did good.
And on a side note, if you're seeing this on a Sunday, sorry. We're trying our best. We've had several issues today.
Yeah, and yesterday we tried recording Friday nights. Didn't work at all. We tried twice. Then this morning, this is our second time recording. First time we didn't get audio. So, yeah. I guess. Oh wait, if you're wondering, we did get 6th place out of 8, which isn't bad if you think about our previous years and placings. Last year we got 6 as well, but there's only 6 schools, so that doesn't show much. Oh yes, Jacob and I were in the Tech Olympics with another guy, Will, and we came in last.
Because our lights broke. Well, we came in second to last.
No, we came in last. There was a tie. So.
Yeah, because they got ahead with a ruler.
Yep. We came in 7th out of 7th place. And there's a tie somewhere. I mean, for all I know, there could have been a tie for 7th place.
It's not our fault. The light broke on us, and they didn't have us redo it. So they just continued recording the time while they were fixing the light. So we went on for like, I believe our mark was 10 minutes.
I don't know. It was like 9.5, something like that. We had like the longest run in there. And I was mad. So I left the room right after they said we came in last. So I have no clue who won in the time. But I don't really care. Because they're assholes.
Try again next year.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we can start in the video games.
First off, we've got a new game console that was released for Android and iOS called the Moga Gaming Console. This weird system kind of looks like a Xbox One controller. There's a lot of similarities between them. And what it does is it plugs into your phone and it allows it to be a screen, pretty much. It's just a handheld gaming console with a phone screen. It comes with a few games when you get it that are already downloaded in. But however, there's also an online store where you're able to buy more. This weird system has an amazing charge of 4 to 6 hours on one. However, recording with it can be a pain because, well, with it being plugged into your device and with it going through the games, it doesn't let you use a computer. So you're going to have to find a way to record through the device, not through jailbreak. Jailbreak's illegal.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, that's all I've got for that. So, on to the next piece of news we've got. And that is Minecraft. No, there is no console news. But, Population has confirmed squids to be in the next update.
Yeah.
Well,
squids.
Well, now you can have Black Dying Survival Mode, but other than that, they serve no purpose. Sorry for you fellow Minecrafters that were hoping for some decent news. Remember when you used to be terrified of squids?
I hate squids. I never really liked them anyway. I mean, the first time I saw them, I was freaked out.
Well, here's what you've been waiting for. Game releases of March thus far.
Yay! Post-editing me's gonna love this.
It's kind of funny because every time I've went on to say something that's kind of changed with it, it would start to slow down and then I'd go,
That's how music works.
It's not scripted. Well, I wrote down what I was going to say because I stutter a lot. So, but it's my words and we did not plan this. Anyway, Helldivers was released on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Vita. La Mulana X was released on the Vita. Ollie Ollie 2
Ollie!
was released on the PlayStation 4 and Vita. Orchica Tainted Bloodlines was released on the Vita. Resident Evil Revelations Episode 2 was released on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PC, and will also be available on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Marketplace, as well as PC Steam, as well as Steam. Scream Ride, Xbox One, Xbox 360. Shift Links came out on the PlayStation 4 and PC, and was then later released on the Xbox One. Tormentum, Dark Sorrow was released on the PC. White Knight was released on the PlayStation 4, PC, on the Xbox One. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars was released on the Wii U and 3DS. Ollie Ollie was released on the Wii U and 3DS. That came out on the Xbox One later on as well. Prone Plus came out on the 3DS. Zombie Army Trilogy came.
What was that?
Zombie Army. I wonder what that game's about. Do you play as zombies and attack people in that game?
I don't know. I've never played it.
It's weird. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Assassin's Creed Rogue came out on the PC. Alchemist of the Dusk Sea came out on the PlayStation 3. Cities Skylines, which has become quite a big hit recently. I saw on Tomasco, who released a picture of the squid, and he was talking about Cities Skylines, so it's gotten pretty popular for only being out for 4 days. Devil May Cry Definitive Edition came out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4. Flame Over came out on the Vita. Hotline Miami 2 came out on PlayStation 4, PS3, Vita, and PC. And this next title is kind of strange. I don't know what the game's about. Apparently he does because he looked it up last night. But Mushroom Men Truffle Trouble came out on the PC.
It's not as bad as Star Wars.
You just take the title and it sounds inappropriate. But the game's just about normals that fight.
You don't know that. You haven't watched the videos.
I did after you posted the picture and I went to go check it out because it looked weird and happy. Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 3 came out on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PS3, and PC. It will also be available on the PlayStation Network, Xbox Live Marketplace, and PC Steam. Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition came out on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PS3. Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters came out on PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. Ori and the Blind Forest came on Xbox One and PC. Sid Meier's Starships came out on PC, Mac, iOS. Sid Meier.
Wait.
I can only imagine his last name of some sort.
Where? Yeah, Sid Meier.
Sydney Instructions. Came out on
Sounds
PC, Mac,
boring.
iOS. Trine Enchanted Edition came out on the Wii U. Codename Steam came out on the 3DS. And that's all we've got for game releases of March. Next week, the list will not be as long, so sorry if I made you fall asleep.
Well, we don't know that.
But we've been off for 2 weeks, so the game list kind of piles. But hopefully this will be a better setup next week.
It's better than the last episode where 2 months of video games that I had to find. So, I guess now we can start the wrestling segment. You guys already heard the music a little earlier because I screwed up with the audio. But first on the list is pro wrestling being blamed for death of teenager. WWE is receiving some negative press in India after a teenager in Kolkata died after allegedly performing wrestling moves. According to India Today, Agnabash Dutta was watching WWE programming the night before his death. According to the boy's mother, Dutta was performing wrestling moves with his karate belt while standing on his bed. She returned later to find him unconscious on the floor after his neck got tied in the belt's noose. He was rushed to the hospital where he was declared dead. It should be noted that there hasn't been any choking with belts or foreign objects on WWE programming in many years, and WWE specifically banned that practice. WWE fired Daniel Bryan in 2010 for choking Justin Roberts during a Nexus Invasion angle on Raw. Now, as that states, there hasn't been any choking on TV, so this was either a kid being suicidal and his mom just finding a thing to blame it on, or he was just being stupid and got his head stuck in his belt somehow.
No, no, it doesn't sound like WWE caused it because, well, if you're practicing wrestling moves, and even if it was like an old video where there was belt choking, you're not going to practice it on yourself unless you're not thinking straight, because you're not going to be able to get yourself out of the belt that you tied up. You're not going to be able to do it. It's impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but if it's tight around your neck, it's going to
This
feel
isn't the
impossible.
beginning of the show. Shut up.
You're going to be pulling on it. So what I think happened is that it was someone that didn't exactly feel like they were doing anything in life and loved the idea of being a wrestler, but because they weren't able to perfect moves, they decided
To end it.
it's over.
Well, from that depressing story, we have a slightly less depressing one. Former WWE trainer Bill DeMott responds to allegations. Bill DeMott, who recently resigned from his position as head trainer of WWE Developmental, has taken to Twitter to respond to some of the allegations made against which involved his treatment of developmental talent over the past several years while working for WWE. I have got it figured out. If you write it, it must be true. And if you can add or comment, it must make it even more truthful. In response to Dr. Tom Pritchard blasting WWE investigation, DeMont tweeted, "I've said it before and still stands. I've never had an issue with Tom, and everyone has an opinion." DeMont on the naked photo of a wrestler giving another stink face while he stood at ringside. "No, that's a decision was made by 30 talent trying not to train on Friday back in 2006. I have no idea what that's about.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
No, it
at all.
didn't. This article's poorly written, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to say what website it's on because these people are really trustworthy news people, but this guy is the owner of the website, and it's a little funky.
Spelling grammar equals none.
He's British. Leave him alone. Sorry. For
Just because
the
you're British
watchers.
doesn't mean that your grammar and spelling sucks.
So if you guys don't know, Bill DeMott has been accused of bullying the NXT talent, or the developmental talent, as they say. And it's, in a way, his job. He's supposed to push them to be their best, and in doing so, there's bullying involved. It's like motivating them to do better in a way. Because when you get someone angrier at you, they'll do something just to prove you wrong. So if he's saying like you guys suck in the ring or whatever, they'll get mad and do what they can to be better. That's what I would do anyway. I'd try to prove to him that I'm not as bad as he says I am.
Or they're just going for a poor attention of fame.
That too.
I know some people that do stuff like that.
I think
It's
we all
not-
know some people. So lastly, I have the happier news. WWE teases that they might bring back the free bird rule. No, there's no flying involved with that. I think it's a really cool thing that they might be doing that because it would revitalize the whole tag team division in a way. And for those of you like Jacob who may not know what the free bird rule is, it's a rule where if you have more than 3 people in your stable of friends or allies or whatever, then 2 of those people can hold a title 1 week, and then the next week 2 other people can hold it. So take for example New Day in WWE now. If Big E and Xavier Woods won it 1 week, and the next week they're defending it, it could be Big E and Kofi Kingston or Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, like that. That's the Freebird rule. The article says WWE's website has a new article on possible WWE tag team title scenarios for WrestleMania 31, and they tease that the New Day could bring back the Freebird rule, which allows any 2 members of a 3-man team to hold the titles on any given point.
Sounds a lot more organized.
And a lot more interesting for those who,
Don't like wrestling like me.
yeah, well, it wouldn't matter to you because you'd
Not
just be
too much.
watching it. So,
But at
anyway,
least I could make sense of it.
that's it for the wrestling news this week. If you want to see more, you can check our channel out later this week for our wrestling podcast type of deal with our friend Dylan, who's usually on the show for this part and sometimes for the whole thing. It depends on scheduling. And it'll be Dylan and I only. Jacob won't have any input because he doesn't like wrestling, so his input wouldn't matter there.
Unless it's something like the kid choking ball, and then of course I'm going to put my 2 cents in because I do that.
Yeah, he likes to put himself into places where it doesn't matter. Now, we're getting into the news. First on the weird, wacky, and what news? South African doctor successfully transplant penis onto a 21-year-old man. That was good timing for the music.
PG-13.
A South African university said Friday that it had performed a successful penis transplant. The transplant was done in a 9-hour operation last December by specialists from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Services at the University of Stellenbosch. The patient had his penis amputated 3 years ago following complications from a circumcision performed in his late teens, the university has said. The 21-year-old patient, whose name was not released, has made full recovery and has regained all function in the newly transplanted organ. The university near Cape Town in southwestern South Africa said it was at least the 2nd time the procedure had been attempted. The university did not give any details of the organ donor, but said finding a donor was one of the major challenges.
Yeah, no duh. I wouldn't want to give up my
No,
for another guy.
no. Even if I was dying, I'd be like, you ain't taking that.
Wait till after I'm dead.
Exactly. I can't imagine. Well, then again, old people.
Alright?
Most of them would be like, yeah, I don't need it anymore. Take mine for the young lady.
Oh my word, that would suck.
A man in China received a penis transplant in 2005. That operation also appeared to be successful, but doctors said the man asked them to remove his new penis 2 weeks later because of psychological problems experienced by him and his wife. That makes no sense.
That is shoes.
Shit, I liked it better when I was flat down there. Beep, 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 beep. Stop playing the wrong songs. Hello, doctors. I don't like my new penis. Can you please remove it? Why? Because it made complication for me and my wife. Bye.
and ejaculate.
I like how that's the first thing that comes into your mind.
Well, it says him and his wife.
Psychological
Any other-
problems, not physical. Ugh. Can't switch. Damn it. Okay. Next thing for news
Logical.
is Wally the squirrel uses a fork to eat just like any other polite squirrel would.
So penis has a brain. Psychological.
That has nothing to do with a
I
squirrel.
don't know. I'm trying to
okay?
make sense of it. It doesn't make sense. I think the doctors are just trying to cover up the poor lad.
The poor lad. Is there a way to speak English, right? Is there some crazy finishing school for squirrels that we don't know about? Because Wally the squirrel seems awfully polite for a critter. Just watch him eat almond butter with a fork. Sure, Wally needs to work on putting the fork down. He's also what? Oh, I can't read. He's also been known to bury Cheez-Its in the family dog's fur.
That doesn't sound polite.
But his manners are already good enough to snag a seat at our table. While Wally appears to be enjoying his meal, Animal Rehabilitation Center, City Wildlife, told the Huffington Post it does not recommend almond butter for squirrels. I can't speak, so I had to pronunciate everything.
Play video?
No.
Oh.
Well, finally, in the news, in America, we shoot our guns to cook our bacon. Somewhere in the United States, a bald eagle is shedding a tear, overcome by the blessed beauty of this great nation. It's because of American patriots like Dustin Elderman that we remain the greatest country in the world. Wrapping uncooked bacon around the barrel of a gun, then firing that gun until the bacon cracks and sizzles in the kind of innovation that you just can't find anywhere else in the world. This is what freedom is all about. Guns, bacon, and inedible diabetes! We're getting emotional just thinking about it.
And I'm thinking, how the heck did the guy get this idea? And why would you do that? It's much easier just to stay in home, get up in the morning, get a frying pan, put it on the stove, and cook your bacon.
Yes, but since this is America, we can do whatever the hell we want with our guns, except for go to schools and kill people.
School shootings are bad. Shooting people are bad. The gun rights should not be restricted.
No, they shouldn't. So that's about it for the show here. I'd just like to say one last thing. Dylan has a new channel, the guy who's with us. He has a wrestling channel
Link to the
for
channel will be
wrestling
here.
related stuff, and then he has another channel called Wasabi Link, I believe that is. He does video games and just whatever the hell he wants. That's about it. That has been me, Austin,
And
him.
Jacob.
in the Saturday show. We hope you enjoyed this episode of scriptedness.
Not really scripted.
It's not really scripted, we just done everything like 6 times already. So we already knew everything and we said everything 6 times. Except for the news, that was new.
And random conversations.
Random conversations. Next week we will actually have better stuff to talk about, hopefully. I'll have better notes for the show instead of 3 things for each category that I put together 5 seconds before the video. Because I was unprepared.
Tell us what you think about this new setup in the description below, the comment section below.
The description
And
area below,
if
tell
you
us.
want, if there's something weird, strange, and spectacular that you have seen on the internet,
Send it
send
to
it
us.
to us so we can explicit
Talk
it
about
as
it.
normal news.
Talk about it, listened about it. I don't know what listen about it means. But hopefully next week we will have Dylan, or Rated RKO Superstore, or Wasabi Link, whatever he wants to be called. I don't really care. And we'll have Jacob here, hopefully, if he's not quitting on me this week.
I'm
And,
always here.
and me, I'm never gonna leave. That's about
That's
it
it.
for the show.
So be sure to check back for more, and if you did enjoy it, please give us a like and comment so that way we can know that you want more of this series. We're thinking about having a new setup, and you'll see that in probably a week or 2. And you'll see what I mean by that. Bye!
Yeah, bye.